work.
We're live.
All right. This week on the Media Virus Podcast, we celebrate the Olympics. A Turkish man wins silver just to show his bitch of an ex-wife how good his aim is. Big scary bitch gets mistaken for transgender by ultra-crepidarians on the internet. Look it up, you drooling morons. Just to prove that France sucks, we're going to talk about that swimmer complaining about turds in the water. And French pole vaulters, pole vault. No, that doesn't sound right. French pole vaulters, erect pole falters, French pole vault. No, I can do better than that. There once was a French pole vaulter whose pole was so big it could falter. His Olympic dreams, the ladies all screamed, "It's as hard as the Rock of Gibraltar." It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast. It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Matty Rockdeath.
Hot darn, do we have a show for you people this week. I am Matty Rockdeath, the Mattiest of all Rockdeaths, and proof positive that anyone can have a podcast. Speaking of, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to take a minute and thank all the new subscribers for their support, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or if you are just checking us out on themediavirus.com, thank you. And we are able to take calls on the air again. So give us a call at 646-VIRUS-01. Yes, that's 646-VIRUS-01. You will make it on the show. That's how we do. Before we go any further into the show, let me introduce our returning guest this week, Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming. Thank you for coming back to hang out, man. How you been?
Thank you very, very well, my friend. Thank you for having me back. I do appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. It's fun having you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. So stoked.
Shit, thanks. I don't hear that often enough.
What a nice thing to say.
Do you have anything coming up that you want to promote? Any shows coming up? Any meetings with a PO? Anything like that?
No, other than every once a month I go down and do a movie roast, which is fun. It's like MST3K Live, where basically we watch a movie on a big screen, like in a small theater. And me, Pierre Vachon, and GW Foley just moved down south, so we're working on solidifying the third spot. We sit and roast a movie. So like we did The Last Dragon last month. This upcoming month is Roadhouse.
Nice.
So that's
the new one.
No,
the new one or the old one?
The classic.
The
I gotta tell you, dude. I just recently watched the new one. The Jake Gyllenhaal remake.
How was it?
It was funting amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on the show this week, we are celebrating how ridiculous the Summer Olympics have become. It is literally amazing. I could give a whooping funt about the Olympics in general, but this year is special. And to celebrate, we're playing a little game of our own. And it's going to last the whole show, and we're calling it the Curse Count Challenge. And it's easy. Every time you use profanity, you will be given a point. The person at the end of the show with the least amount of points, will be the winner. It scores like golf. I'm usually good for 2 during the monologue, mainly because they are written into the script. But I did a simple edit, so fuck you guys. Ooh, damn it. That's 2.
You said a swear word.
I know. I said two of them. All right. Yeah, the Olympics. This Turkish guy won so many people's hearts that I mean, he became like an instant. He just walks on, like jeans and a t-shirt. And Mike, you got that copy there?
I do. Turkish Pulp Fiction. Good evening. This is Professor Mike Latourus with your week-old sports update. In a surprising twist at the 2024 Paris Olympics, Turkish pistol shooter Yusuf. Does anybody know how to pronounce that C with the little squiggle at the bottom?
I've been calling him Dickek.
Dickek.
Oh, Dickek.
Dickek. Okay.
Like a
Turkish-
Turkish.
Turkish pistol shooter Yusuf Dickek was captured. Has captured the world's attention, not just for his silver medal performance, but for his striking resemblance to characters from the cult classic film Pulp Fiction. Competing in the mixed team 10-meter air pistol event, Dickek's casual demeanor and minimalist gear have drawn comparisons to the iconic hitman played by John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson.
Is this really an air pistol event? Or was it pistols? I know the news copy said air pistol, but I thought it was just pistol.
No, it's been air pistol. Like every
okay.
every article I've seen for this guy and the little the cyborg Asian girl. I don't know if you saw.
Oh
her
yeah,
on-
she has like those
geared
glasses
up.
with like a target.
Yep. But it
Yeah,
makes me
fucking nuts.
wonder. I
That's
covered
giving
Ooh, that's 3.
that last week. Yeah, the interesting part to me, and I don't know if you guys are gun guys. I don't mean to,
That's fine.
you know, I like them. I shoot a lot, and to be honest, all around here we shoot a lot of crossbows and BB guns because I have neighbors that complain when I just
Right.
rattle off rounds in the front yard. But all of these,
I got a pellet gun. I shoot in the backyard, but
yeah,
I'm really not. I mean, it's a small backyard, and I have a lot of neighbors.
yep, that's kind
So
of
I
my
have-
deal here.
I have a wooden backstop, and I only pump it up like 4 or 5 times.
And the local range kind of sucks.
Yeah,
But the interesting thing I've noticed about all these people is that their left hand, like if they're righty, right, and they're shooting, their left hand is always in their pocket. And like it's something to do with like, I'm sure people have researched this, and this is a thing that helps everyone. You know what I
it
mean?
has to be relaxation and balance.
But it's such a weird thing to be like, yeah, no, I shoot my best when my left hand is in my pocket.
It has to be a balance thing.
No, I'm 100% sure that this is 100% the best way, because there wouldn't be every single country in the world doing that same form if it wasn't the best way. You know what I mean?
Unless at one point somebody, they were really high when they were shooting, like, all right, dude, I'll make it. I'm going to make it harder, man. This time when we do it, you got to put your hand in your pocket.
It's the Morissette training regimen.
Nah, dude,
got one hand in my pocket.
Another round of trigger.
All right. Well, I just like that when he like interviewed, he was just like, he talks to his wife about wanting his dog back. He's
a real down to earth guy. That's the.
Yeah, he's salt of the earth. He's a mechanic or some shit, I heard.
Well, here's a little bit on him. Despite the newfound fame, Dickek remains focused on his sport, expressing excitement about competing in the 2028 Summer Games in Los Angeles. In a heartfelt moment, he also mentioned his longing to be reunited with his dog, saying, "I just want my dog back." Stay tuned for more updates on this and other Olympic stories. This is the Reverend and Professor Michael Q. Latourus, the executive producer of the Media Virus podcast, Jerking Off.
So, do they eat dogs in Turkey?
I don't think so.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't mean to judge. Protein's protein, right, my friend Sam?
No, I think it's his pet. I think it was his pet, and his wife got it in the divorce or took it in the divorce or whatever, and he just wanted his dog back. But when you see, the thing is
literally
when. Go ahead.
Say he's literally John Wick, right?
That's what I mean.
It's like, I lost the dog, man. I'm gonna shoot so good. They're gonna renew this series for at least 4 movies and a TV series or 2. Like, this guy is the Turkish John Wick.
It would be funny to find out he's got the Turkish rights to the property.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than going around killing people. Just win some gold medals or silver
That's
medals.
fair.
Silver's pretty great. But what's next there, Mike?
Well, according to your news copy, big scary bitch. Good evening. This is Professor Mike Latoris with your week-old sports update. Again, apparently. In a dramatic turn of events at the 2024 Paris Olympics, Italian boxer Angela Carini has issued an apology to her Algerian opponent, Imane Khalif, following their highly controversial bout. The match, which lasted a mere 46 seconds, ended abruptly when Carini withdrew, citing severe pain from a punch delivered by Khalif. Carini's sudden exit sparked widespread debate not only about the fight itself, but also about Khalif's eligibility to compete. Khalif, who was previously disqualified from the 2023 World Championships due to failing a gender eligibility test, has faced intense scrutiny and misconceptions.
That's what fucked up. That's what fucked with everybody. But it just turns out that like her body makes more testosterone than a normal woman would.
Right.
Despite
these challenges, Khalif has continued to compete and now is set to fight for an Olympic gold medal. In her apology, Carini expressed regret for any misunderstanding her actions may have caused and emphasized that her decision to withdraw was not a political statement. The International Olympic Committee has defended Khalif's right to compete, stating that she meets all the necessary criteria. The controversy has ignited a firestorm online, with many social media users expressing strong opinions. Some have unfairly targeted Khalif with hateful comments and false claims about her gender. This backlash has raised concerns among LGBTQ+ advocates and athletes who warn that such vitriol could have broader implications for the community. Stay tuned for more updates on this and other stories.
How does this affect? See, they got to take it, right? How does this affect the LGBTQ? First of all, I don't know if she's gay or not, but she was born with a clam, right?
Ew.
That's
okay.
What she was. She
Not
was,
a clam.
and like 30, 40 years ago, like the doctor would have looked and said, "Oh, well, she's got a clam. She can fight other clams." You know what I mean?
Which I would totally agree with you if, like, last Olympic season they didn't single out that one poor person. I forget what event that chick was like lined up for, but she had higher testosterone than normal, and they didn't allow her. And I can't. God, I wish I could remember what her name was or what country it was from. But
What
like,
was it? Something with a small with like a small uniform, like bathing suit or something, with one of her balls hanging out?
No, unfortunately, it was literally something as naive as like sprinting, I think. Or sorry, as
mundane
as sprinting. Yeah, it wasn't women's volleyball, which is the only, to be fair, the only section of the Olympics I tuned into. I don't give a shit about the rest of it. But yeah, women's volleyball. You guys keep them uniforms. I don't care what the patriarchy says. You guys have a right to reveal all of that shit. And put it out there for the world.
There are teams that are like fighting against it. And like players, like athletes that are like, this is so stupid. I'm not going to go to the Olympics if this is what you're making me wear.
I don't blame them. I wore a Speedo once and said, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 for me, I guess.
It's 2 for you, but I lost count. Anybody keeping count?
I didn't even know we were counting.
I think I'm at 4.
Oh, is that why you said hot darn?
Yeah, and hooping fun.
That's the game.
And funting.
Oh, I'm winning probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the one from being printed in the news copy
Oh,
I
I'm
put
winning. I'm
Because-
winning.
because Matt knows.
Guilty.
Matt absolutely knows that if you put it in front of me, I'm probably going to read it.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, is that Professor Michael Latoris jerking off?
No, it was the
Yeah, let's talk.
looks
about
like
it.
the title to the next. Well, the title of the
You don't
last.
have to read. All right, you don't have to read it. It's just there for.
So I don't like post on the internet like controversial things.
Okay.
Also, like I haven't had a lot of interaction on the Facebook, and I posted like a marked safe from thinking that this girl was a guy and not getting mad about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And tell me the fuck why everybody.
Oh, you got one out the gate.
Why did everybody comment on it? Like, oh, okay, so you guys do see my post then.
Yeah.
This is the one you guys want to comment on. You want to come
Right. Right. You know, all it's not cool to be nice to people.
Ugh. And like one of them was my cousin, and the one you got in a fight with, babe.
Well, it wasn't really a fight, but I was like, he called her a mutant,
So rude.
and I was like, dude, mutant, have some empathy for Christ's sake. You
A
know, she was
mutant.
born that. I think
So rude.
actually typed. She was born, she was born with a clam or whatever I said, and he stopped back. He's like, have some empathy for the girls that have to fight her.
Fight it.
Fight it. That's right. Have some empathy for the girls that have to fight it. And I said,
It's wrong.
they're going to have to change their fighting style because that dude can kick their ass. And
Flopper.
then I said, this just goes to prove that all the best women have a little bit of man in them. And
I didn't even read all these, and I'm
And-
annoyed that that's what you said.
and the guy that I was arguing with went, what do you mean change fighting styles? Have you ever been in combat before? And goes on this long tirade on how you can't change fighting styles. I'm like, I had to change fighting style. First of all, okay, I went all the way up to Mike Tyson. Okay, I didn't stop at King Hippo because he was half a hippo. Right? And I had to change my fighting style, whether I was fighting Glassjaw Joe. Fighting Glassjaw Joe ain't the same as Don Flamingo. It ain't the same. You need a whole different fighting style.
Isn't this the Nintendo boxing game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Punch out.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's
Yeah.
punch out.
Tyson's punch out. I beat it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically the same as real fighting, I'm sure.
Yeah, finish.
Like, I don't
him.
know. I've never been punched.
No,
in
that was
fucking
Mortal
face
Kombat. I
before.
kicked ass at Mortal Kombat.
Listen, that's a different fighting
That's
style.
That is a different
Finishing
fighting
him.
style. Oh, dude, let me tell you something. With was it Mortal Kombat that had Blanca, which was
Yes.
just that big
Falcon
green,
Punch.
the big green thing that just his signature move was eating your head. He was my favorite because it was pure brute force.
No, that wasn't Mortal Kombat. That was Street Fighter.
That was Street Fighter. And I think what I'm thinking of is Tekken.
Possibly.
Tekken was great. The way that black guy that fought that Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they spun all around and shit.
Mhm.
That's a different fighting style. I'm just saying.
Yeah, switch
You know
it
what
up.
I mean? You guys, you can't just.
Can we get to the star of the show?
Well, we still have one more story before.
Yeah, it's there's a problem with the river.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
Good evening. This is Professor Michael Torres with your week-old sports update. In a shocking revelation at the 2024 Paris Olympics, Belgian triathlete Jolien Vermeulen. Okay. Jolien Vermeulen has
Jolene.
has publicly criticized the event organizers for the poor water quality of the Seine River. Vermeulen, who finished 24th in the women's triathlon on July 31st, described her experience swimming in the Seine as disgusting and expressed concerns about potential health risks. Vermeulen shared...
Now, we did a story about 3 weeks ago about them cleaning up the sign scene, however you say that.
Sen. Yes.
Right, the Seine River, them cleaning that up,
Work to
and
clean that
and
up.
French people being so upset that it took the Olympics for them to clean it up, that they all decided to go upstream and defecate into the water. So what I'm assuming that woman was swimming through was turds. Disgusting. But it's still funny because that just, I mean, really, the whole point is just to say France sucks, right? If we can,
Vermaelen shared that she ingested a significant amount of water during the swim. Despite taking precautions like ingesting probiotics beforehand, she remarked, "I drank a lot of water, so we'll know tomorrow."
somebody told her to eat shit. I'll
It
take
doesn't
the point for that.
Coca-Cola or Sprite, of course. The triathlete also highlighted the long-standing pollution issues in the Seine, stating the Seine has been dirty for 100 years, and they can't say that the safety of athletes is a priority. That's bull s.
Horse
Does
pucky.
ass count? I don't know.
I would say ass does not count because it is a donkey body part,
That's fair ruling.
you know. So I don't see how that is a.
Just want to double check.
There you go.
The
Yes, they will.
controversy has intensified as other athletes, including Canadian triathlete Tyler. Are you making these names up to screw with me this week?
So what I've been here's what I did.
Miss Slut.
I went to Bing's Copilot because I have
Right.
like that app on my phone,
Right.
and I said, provide me a radio news read for this story.
Okay.
Okay. For every one of them, I did the same prompt. And that's why it gave me this. That's why the beginnings and the end are exactly the same. I had to do a
Right.
lot of editing because they were all exactly the same as AI provided them because I did them as individuals. So when I just made the change in one, I just copy and pasted all the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what your middle name is. So I figured Q was the weirdest initial to have.
I'd never thought to give Professor Latoris a middle name.
And
Anyway,
I wanted you to have to read off a mouthful. This is, and then, not just like, this is Michael. No, it's not good enough. It had to be huge. And
right.
it said at the end, it said signing off. So I changed that too.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I picked up on that.
But for the next story that we're going to do, I had to beg Copilot
To write the
to
story.
to write the story.
How about it?
Because it refused to write radio copy for the news story. Go ahead. Well, read the radio copy that it finally gave me.
The pole slaughter story?
Pole slaughter.
Pole slaughter. Good evening. This is Professor Mike Latoris with your 2-day-old sports update. In a dramatic and unexpected turn of events at the 2024 Paris Olympics, French pole vaulter Anthony Emirati experienced a painful mishap during his event. While attempting a vault, Emirati caught his crotch on the crossbar, leading to a moment
His crotch, dude. His head slapped that thing. Slapped it.
leading to a moment of discomfort and concern among spectators and fellow athletes. Despite the unfortunate incident, Emirati demonstrated remarkable resilience and determination. He quickly recovered and continued to compete, showcasing the true spirit of an Olympian. His perseverance has earned him admiration and support from fans around the world. The incident has sparked conversations about the risks and challenges faced by athletes in high-stakes competitions. Emirati's ability to push through adversity serves as an inspiring reminder of the dedication and courage required to compete at the highest level. Stay tuned for more updates on this and other Olympic penis stories. This is the Reverend and Professor Michael Q. Latoris, the executive producer of the Media Virus podcast, Jerking Off.
What on earth?
See? The beginning. In the beginning, there was that set of real quick behind the scenes. I had forgotten to grab the intro video. So as you were reading,
Right.
I was desperately trying to get to the intro video, but like it didn't automatically go to that video anymore. So I had to go and find it. Like I cut by the skin of my teeth. Well, we had that limerick.
Yeah. That gave me the time.
Right. That gave me the time. But there's one other limerick that didn't get read. Because
right. We did have a choice, didn't we?
Yeah. And I'd like to, since we're talking about the story.
Yeah.
There was once a pole vaulter from France. He was so proud of the bulge in his pants. When it was his turn to run, he worked up a chub and ruined his Olympic chance.
That
was pretty good.
Good job, babe.
Everybody else liked the other one better, but I liked the other one, but I was just trying to,
So like he didn't win. Is that what happened?
Well, he didn't win that time, but
you're not allowed to touch the bar, even if it's with your genitals when you go over.
Yeah,
Is that a written rule about genitals?
Well, it made the bar fall. I think if his wiener had just touched the bar, they might not have.
Yeah,
they might not have.
Is that where is the rule there? Are you allowed to like grace it with a curly?
I think I think he may have tried to grab on, and therein lies the problem.
No, I saw the
like
video.
You can't hang the bar.
The wiener was resting on the top of it.
Like in a fantasy world where Pete or I, and our big beautiful manly beards, and you too, Matty, but yours is trimmed a little tighter. So if we went over and just the bottom of a beard hair scratched on that pole, is that good?
No, I think it's because it fell. Maybe.
Okay.
Like the wiener pushed it.
I think if you hit it with a hair, it doesn't.
So if I worked on my form where I went up, I went under the bar but re-racked it. I'm just thinking like, how can you exploit the rules? It's my
you can't cross the poles, or you can't cross the streams or something.
Which everyone thinks until you pee inside a trough. That's just which are sadly dying. I don't know if you guys
there used to be a in New Hope, Pennsylvania, is like a tourist attraction. It's a great place to go because of the gays. The gays make it nice.
No,
and there's like witches in them.
Yeah, well, that's gays.
I like that.
So there was a public restroom there because there was a barge, like an old tour. You could tour the barge, the Delaware Canal, and they would take you on a barge ride, a canal ride. So there was just a long trough with one thing in the middle. And as many people as you could cram next to each other could all pee.
God.
Oh, you remember the vet?
Yeah.
Veteran Stadium that was here in Philadelphia. Men's room there was a few stalls and then a couple of troughs.
Yeah. And then the sink.
Sounds like it smells.
Oh, it did.
To be honest, the one that I've been to, it was Clifton Park. So there used to be this venue called Northern Lights, and then it became Upstate Concert Hall, and then it became something else, and now they just closed that one and moved to Albany. But they had a trough, but they filled it with ice. Like, no joke, like you go to pee in a trough, it's full of ice.
Yep.
Because it kills all the ascent.
It ruins and it's fun. It's fun to pee on ice.
Actually, this actually sounds familiar. There's a restaurant.
So
for Portugal Day in Newark, New Jersey, there's a trough in the basement bathroom. I remember them saying that now.
Oh yeah, it was full of ice.
Yeah, this ice thing made me it gave me a little ringing of the bell. So there's a restaurant in North Jersey in the Ironbound. It has a trough in the basement.
The science on that is that the ice cools the ammonia, and that's what you smell when you smell piss. Is generally like, whether it's human or cat or any other animal, when you smell ammonia, it's generally piss, and the cold drops the temperature. And so by the time it's drained out through the ice and down the drain, it no longer smells like piss.
I used to work for a cabinet refacing company, and I got sent to do a service call on this woman's house, and her doors were literally peeling because of the cats pissing all over them. And this was in the dead of winter, and she was boiling cabbage. So a whole like the cat urine had delaminated. There was so much of it delaminated doors throughout the kitchen. And now she's boiling cabbage and it's humid as hell. The smell in there. I managed to take all the doors off, put new doors on, get the old doors, throw them in the van, drive to the closest Wawa and vomit in the bathroom because it was the worst. I washed my hands and then washed my nostrils with my pinkies with soap. I was literally with my pinkies shoving them up my nostrils with soap to get this scent out of my head. So,
savage.
Yeah, it really was. Well, we have come to the end of the
P-Talk?
Yes, definitely end of the P-Talk.
Okay.
End of the stories we had slotted for A block. Mike's going to do the thing he does, and then we're going to do the thing we do, and then we're going to come back to B block, and we've got a whole bunch of fun shit lined up.
Yeah. After the break, we're going to hang out with old Hickory, the drunk, and underwhelming. I'm sorry. Let me try that again.
Even if he ain't drunk, half of them showed up, you know?
That's right. After the break, we hang out with Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming, find out what Big Daddy has to ask us this week, and we're making commercials for the show. In the C block, we're going to wing it and see if we're lucky. If we're lucky, Mike will hit his dick with a hammer. Wait a minute. I'm Mike. No, maybe. Stick around. We'll be back right after this. Or this. Why can't I find a...
Well, she wants to know why you're in the house.
No, not that one. Ah!
My chocolate munchkin. Right up my chocolate munchkin.
Killing me.
I need help with the show, he said. Somebody else do these projects that I do for you guys, he said.
He thinks he can screw with me enough that I'm going to figure out how to do it.
He'll figure out how to do it himself.
Someone's going to learn time management, and it's not me. Tell you that right meow.
That was beautiful.
Oh, shit.
What happened to Hickory? Is he still with us?
Maybe he had to poop.
Hey, probably.
Off.
All right, well, he'll probably be back. Whatever.
How do we know him?
We had him on before.
Yeah, I met him on like StreamYard has that thing collab, which is other StreamYard people that you can just meet up with. And
Where's he from?
Vermont, I believe.
Vermont.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Vermont, unfortunately.
You know what Massachusetts says about Vermont?
What?
Yeah, I live in a socialist shithole. Yeah, count that up for 4. That's 4 on the show tonight. I got. But yeah.
I've got competition. me and Hick are tied.
I have a hard time censoring myself, especially when it comes to the great state of Vermont. 14th state in the union, ladies and gentlemen. A state that outlawed slavery before the rest of the country did, and state that protected transgender people back in 2007. And I still have
ahead of the curve.
I still have to deal with all that anti-white bullshit. So we're basically
anti-what bullshit.
What?
You said anti-what bullshit?
Anti-white.
White bullshit.
Oh, are you like mad about slavery? I'm sorry, what?
No. He lives in an area where being a cisgendered white male is frowned upon.
Even though my ancestors fought to free the slaves and decided they'd never own them way before the rest of the country did. And we also made transgender rights a thing before it was mainstream news back in 2007. And I still have to deal with that shit. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not complaining about being a white man. I'm complaining.
I am. It's hard having all this privilege.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, let me tell you something. When I was growing up, there was one corner of the pool table I had in my room where I had to use that really short stick. You know how hard it is to get a good shot off with a short stick?
No, but my wife does.
Dude, there were times where I would have to. There were times. That was funny. But there were times where I would have to, leave my bathroom naked or whatever and try to make it to my parents' bathroom to steal their toilet paper and get back to my bathroom so that I could bring the toilet paper to, so next time I wouldn't have to do that. Life wasn't all peaches and cream, for being
I got to tell you, I'll go on further. I had to start, and this is going to sound awful. I know. I had to start tracking my calories just to make sure that I wasn't like eating too much. I know this is
the horror.
I know it was absolutely brutal,
like
but I realized what?
She said it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just because of my privilege and being access to, 10,000 calories a day that I didn't need all around me that I could just buy at a hands grab. And, I'd leave that privilege behind.
So you guys are both terrible.
Yeah.
I'm an absolutely awful human being, my dear.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm not arguing about it.
Yeah, it's giving.
It's giving friend of Matt's. How we doing? How we doing there, Mike?
Wait, you stepped away. No.
It's the first time.
What's that?
Waiting for it to let me have Audacity back.
All right.
Wait, catch his breath.
We're on the in between.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I was gonna make my major announcement there, but I'll wait.
No, do it.
Do it when we're recording.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, we're always broadcasting. I know, but
yeah,
we're not recording for the show.
I mean, a transition is a major announcement, so I feel like I should take it seriously.
Come on.
It's
what
way
radio
worse
station do you listen to?
Radio station? Excuse me.
What are those?
You're old.
You live
what
in
do
the
you mean?
90s? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, what Pandora stations do I or?
No, I meant like the actual radio. I thought you were like.
No, I listen to podcasts when I drive. I drive like 30 minutes each way, like an hour a day. I haven't turned on the radio and.
She was hoping that you would, because she's originally from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
So she was hoping that you would say something that she recognized and she could.
Oh no! All three of the radio stations are owned by the same company up here. It's there's Z97, which is top 40, 105.3, which is country, and 98.1, which is like old people music and 80s, 90s stuff, I guess. I don't remember. I haven't listened to it since like I was in the car with my mom.
I live for the radio.
Speaking of listening to podcasts, guess what I listened to all last week?
My podcast?
Yup.
Oh my god. You have notes?
Nope.
Love to hear it.
What do you mean no?
He means no. Shut up.
I hear notes from Pete every couple of. He called me to give me notes. And then I said, "You should."
Slow day at the office.
And then I was like, "You should really." That's all Mike's department. He called Mike. And you know how I know he called Mike? Because after he got phone with Mike called me and was like, "Fucking Pete called me and gave me notes." And I was like, "I know he called me first."
Did? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got no notes for Stepmoms, but you. All right.
Appreciate you.
My wife even said something. She was like, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "Pete." She said, and he had something to say about what you did to the show.
Oh.
So apparently, yeah.
Fair. I want to know the notes. or your interpretation of them.
I don't
It's off
remember.
air.
I don't remember.
I don't want to talk about them right now. I want to.
No, I don't remember what they were though. So yeah, let's get to the V block. How we doing, Mike?
We're there, man.
Oh, my God.
Are we
What?
in? Are we deep in?
Yeah, I'm about a minute into the recording.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming, has been, I guess, saving an announcement, or he made an announcement on his show, but this is his first time outside of his show that he's been able to speak on it. This issue. Go ahead, Hick.
Thank you, Matt. And thank you guys. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Mike, for having me. Yeah, this has been a hard one that I've come to grips with, and it's been a long time. An Easter and a half ago. That's how I count time these days. It's just major holidays times 1.5. That's a year and a half. Easter, 2 Easters and a half ago, I got a Subaru. I realized, I have a Subaru and I really enjoy eating pussy. Even though it's only my wife's for the past 8 years or so. At that time, now it's been 10 plus. I realized, I might be a lesbian. And that was a hard time for me to come through. That was mid-March of 2023. And I fessed up to my family. I came up, I stepped at the bar and let them all know that I am gender fluid on the space from lesbian to toxically masculine. Because I own a Subaru, but I also like, guns and rare steak and those things that you say are toxically masculine. But this is
less
much
spectrum and more of a Venn diagram, really.
That's fair. But this one, much bigger on my mind. It's been weighing there for months now, and
You're so brave.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's taken a lot for me to come out finally, but
So just to be clear, has your penis started to invert or?
No, to be honest, Pete, if I've lost 30 pounds, it's gotten about an inch longer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the opposite of reverting. It's currently.
That's a good news story.
It's just wait for another couple months.
That's a good news story.
As I get into this, it's been a long transition, and personally, the drunk and underwhelming has been drunk for a little too long. The transition, Hickory the drunk and underwhelming is formally becoming Hickory the dank and underwhelming.
Oh,
the dank and underwhelming.
That's right. And there might be a possible third act to this story, but I will assure you we're in the second act currently. It all started with the comment, which I won't share now because I don't have it pulled up. But a comment on a reaction I did that was like, "Hey, you're too drunk and you're too fat. You should lose weight." That's not what it actually said. It was much more heartfelt than that, I'm sure. But it was kind of a comment, and a month later, I went to the doctor and he said, "Hey, your blood pressure is fucking not good. That's 5." So which I said, "You know what? What can I fix this?" And he said, "Yeah, good luck. I'm gonna put you on blood pressure medication in 2 months if you don't deal with it." 2 months later, I had dropped like 20-ish pounds and walked back in, and he was like, "Hey, that's so great, but your blood pressure's still high. We're gonna put you on that." To which I said, "Okay, motherfucker, I'll see you in another 2 months." And that's why Hickory the drunk underwhelming, and a long wrapped up story that nobody really gives a shit about, has become Hickory the dank and underwhelming, which I will be consuming cannabis. And in another couple months, we might take the shirt off and just be the vest, and there might be.
So you've swapped alcohol for cannabis.
No, I've dropped alcohol.
You've dropped alcohol and
and
continue on
resumed cannabis.
All right, I think that's a good way to go. we did very much the same thing. I think for the first year almost of the show,
we drank.
The opening segment was "What You Drinking," and we all had some kind of, booze drink. And then by an hour in, we're loaded and can't focus anymore.
Oh, understood. There's plenty of back
so
episodes.
The show was 4 hours long.
Yeah, it would just go. It would drag on forever, and it was about nothing. And this way, we've got, not only instituted a bunch of organizational tools and stuff, but we stopped drinking on the air, which helped.
So is dank like a word that's related to like cannabis use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So dank is like there's multiple definitions, but one is like the smell of an old basement.
Oh, disagreeably damp, musty, and typically cold.
Yep.
Did you look up dank?
Sure did.
Yeah.
But it's also like if you smell buds and
and they're good.
And it's a particular type of smell. It's a pungent, fulfilling
it's the kind of smell
aroma.
where you drive by and you're like, oh, those people are smoking dope weed.
Yeah.
The skunk smell, or it's different than that?
It's a little different than the skunk. It smells.
I think some other people call that loud.
Yes, that's another.
Yes.
Dank
that smell occurs in the backseat of my car on like a regular basis.
Dank reaches back to like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like,
it's definitely a cannabis.
I can't mention the radio.
Okay.
Well, we have.
Which I say because part of like dank is like it took me a few minutes, and to be honest, to like figure out where the next like evolution of the character was once alcohol was not a part of the
equation
ensemble. And like that pairs it back, but there might be, and there will be, just to be fair to anyone who's listening who like hears this in the near future and is like, wait a minute, he said he was the dank underwhelming, not the drunk underwhelming, but I've heard this other name, is that there might be a future evolution. We're just not saying that because it might not be true. You know what I mean? Like it's like
it's in the works, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like I'm stoked about where I am.
Yeah.
And that
it should be. It took a lot of courage to get where you are.
Yes.
And it took a lot of hard work.
A lot more hard work and courage to get where I'm going. But I also don't want to like reload that and be like, hey, this is the next thing that's coming.
No, you're gonna keep teasing it though, aren't you? You're just gonna keep
probably for a while, not gonna lie. Thank you, Matty. I appreciate you realizing that's the situation.
Oh, we have comments.
Oh,
my wife is frantically pointing to the screen. And Sean Henry says, "Oh, great, we have another pot smoking lesbian."
Oh God!
But,
I have a story about being the only lesbian at the table. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's find out for later. Let's find out what Big Daddy has to ask us.
Oh yeah,
this week.
Big Daddy asks.
With Big Daddy asks.
Nice.
The Media Virus Podcast presents a Stanley McFadden production. Big Daddy proudly brings to you
Big Daddy asks.
Okay, without saying who that person is, what is the thing that you want to say?
All right, who wants to go first? Hickory, you're the guest, so
without saying
who it is, what do you want to say?
I want to say maybe shut the fuck up a little. There's number 6. Just to be fair.
Actually, yeah, it's number 8.
Oh, okay.
There were 2 you blew. I just want you to know your score.
The dank and underwhelming can't count for S words. But yeah, shut the F up would be the thing I would say to somebody I can't say who they are. And it's not that I don't appreciate their conversation. I appreciate their time, their willingness to speak to me. But sometimes when you're knees deep in the shit, as per se, 9, sorry. When you're knees deep in the weeds, as they say, just put your head down and do some work. And that's the one thing I would say to someone who...
Kim Kardashian also said that.
Oh, man.
You're in good company, Hick.
I got a BBL too, baby. Let's do this.
If eye rolls were audible, hers would have echoed through the house.
Mine don't stink though.
Let me see if I can pull this up. But one of the ideas that I had was, I don't know if you guys are familiar or if Hick's familiar with the old Maury Povich shows.
Oh, of course.
Jerry Springer. Why is this?
Does this have to do with your answer to Big Daddy's question?
Steve.
Yeah, Steve Wilkos, baby. Right. Oh, my answer to Big Daddy's question. Okay. Without saying who it is, what I would say is, who do you think you are? All right, that's it.
Nice.
Who's next?
I think that sums it up.
What I would say to somebody that I...
You don't have to say who, just what you
have to say who, but what I have to say. What I have to say.
You just said he didn't have an answer yet.
No, I would say, could you cheer the font up?
Whoa.
Oh, someone's a grumpy Gus.
You really had there's some anger in that, Pete.
Anger, but restrained at the same time.
At the same time.
Against the count.
Pete, both Pete and Mike are not on the board.
Well done, sir.
At all.
Their score better than me.
Woo, their score is at 0. Erica's at 1. I am at 4. Hick is at 9. So it's a long game. It's anybody's game still, But I thought it'd be fun if we did some of those. You ever like the Steve Wilkos commercials and
then
we didn't get Mike's answer.
Did their answers to Big Daddy's question?
Oh,
is that what happened on Steve Wilkos?
I'm sorry.
That's what happened. It must have been what happened. Mike, what would you say without saying it to who it is? What would you say?
It's probably something that I find myself saying all the time anyways. Are you freaking kidding me?
What a rhetorical question.
Did Pete go?
Yeah.
What did he say? Cheer the font up. That's right. All right, so we've all gone now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's that?
And you quoted Pete.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
You did.
It
was a direct quote.
It was.
An accurate quote.
It was, absolutely. An accurate quote. All right, so we're gonna do some of those commercials, where they're looking for guests and stuff. So, I'll go first, and then we can all take turns, whatever. But
do you know the Earth is flat, the moon is hollow, and birds aren't real? Call our show 646 Virus 01.
It's good.
Sorry, I felt like I had to do a readout.
I appreciate that.
I agree with the birds aren't real. Let's get into it.
Well, the Earth is flat, the moon is hollow, and birds aren't. Everybody knows that, right? So we just need to get like-minded people together and go, hey, do you know the Earth is flat, the moon is hollow, and birds aren't real? Call our show. 646-VIRUS01. You know.
Do you know the earth is flat? The moon is hollow and birds ain't real? Call our show 646-VIRUS01.
That was good too.
That was someone's pop.
Oh, should I do another? Hold on.
Oh.
Do you know that the earth is flat? The moon is hollow. Alex Jones is right. And the birds aren't real. Put some money in the tip jar. Call our show. 646-VIRUS01. Before the time runs out.
Putting chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay.
The joke's on you. The frogs are already gay.
All right. So that was good. We're going to move on to the next one. We're going to get Erica and Pete to join in the fun. It's not too long. Go ahead.
I'm going to give it a cold read.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Let me lean forward so we can see the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Were you anally probed by Congress when you were called to testify about being anally probed by aliens, and now you don't know who to trust because when people find out how easy it is to be anally probed, they usually try to anally probe you? Call us at 646-VIRUS01.
That was great, though.
Erica, that was wonderful.
That was fantastic.
And with the obvious grammatical errors and
cold read for the win.
Pete, listen to me. Were you anally probed by Congress when you were called to testify about being anally probed by aliens, and now you don't know who to trust because people find out how easy it is to anally probe you and to usually try to anally probe you? Call us at 646-VIRUS01.
If this was TikTok, it would be put a finger down if
you were anally probed by Congress.
Were you anally probed by Congress? When you were called to testify, anally probed by aliens. And now you don't know who to trust. Because when people find out how easily it is to be anally probed, they usually try to anally probe you. Give us a call. Sorry, that was okay.
Pete, why don't you go ahead?
That was like a country or redneck version of William Shatner.
I wasn't trying.
Were you anally probed by Congress when you were called to testify about being anally probed by aliens? Now you don't know who to trust because when people find out how easy it is to anally probe you, they usually try to anally probe you. Give us a call, 646-VIRUS01.
I thought you were going for like a Beavis and Butthead in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that'd be great too.
I was like, oh, this is funny. I love a voice, Pete. Oh, this is regular voice.
Were you anally probed by Congress? When you were called to testify about being anally probed by aliens?
Yeah.
Now you don't know who to trust because when people find out how easy it is to anally probe you, they usually try to anally probe you. Give us a call. 646-VIRUS01.
Pete, that was fantastic.
Good job, Pete.
I don't often compliment Pete, but really coming through. Let's see what the next slide is here. Do you need a maternity test to prove she is the mother of your baby? Give us a call at 646-VIRUS01.
Do you need a maternity test to prove she's the mother of your baby? Give us a call, 646-VIRUS01.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that I can't even do better. I was just thinking, this screams more Povich. It's all I can say. Like, I wish I could do that level of like white, guilt-ridden voice that Miller Povich had. on the screen reads because that was like, I can't do better. Mike, you nailed it.
He did. He really.
Thank you.
Per usual.
All right. So this one is. Did
As
you
per
walk up
usual.
to a windowless van that said free candy on the side, but when you got there, all he had was a half a roll of butterscotch lifesavers? At least that's how you want to remember it. Give us a call, 646-virus-01.
You know what makes this one funny?
What's that?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you walk up to a windowless van that said free candy on the side? When you got there, all he had was a half a roll of butterscotch lifesavers. At least that's what you want to remember. Give us a call, 646-virus-01.
Virus.
Sam Elliott doesn't do it.
Virus. 64. Anybody else want to? Babe.
That's a rape one, so no.
It's not a.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Can anybody do a good Morgan Freeman?
No.
Did you walk up to? No, I can't. See?
No, I mean, I've been working on a few accents, but Morgan Freeman is like, no, I'm way too white to encapsulate that.
So you're
like,
not.
like I could try to do it like as Trump. That would be like my best.
Well, like, yeah, dude. If you got a Trump impression, let's hear it on this one.
It's not good, but it's better than Baldwin's. That's all I'm
All
gonna say. Did you walk up to a window, this van, that said free candy on the side, but when you got there, all he had was a half roll of butterscotch lifesavers? At least that's how you want to remember it. Vote me, Trump 2024. You know, it wasn't great, but that was the best I had.
No, you're right. That was not.
Not too shabby.
It's still better than Baldwin's. That's all I gotta
It
say.
is.
Like
It
that,
is better.
that's the grading and rating that I'm going on for moving forward. Is like, was it better than the SNL Trump impression? Yep. No, we'll let it pass. That's
All right. So here's the next one. Anybody want to take a shot at it?
Have you?
Have
Or
you?
someone you love?
All right, one at a time. Let Hick go first.
Yeah. Have you or someone you love been exposed to Pete? Call 1-646-virus-01 for more information. Pete.
Have you or someone you know been exposed to Pete? Call 1-646-virus-01 for information.
I think it'd be funny if we had Pete read it.
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Okay, fine. Have you or someone you love been exposed to me? Call the damn number.
All right, so here's the last one I got. Were you an altar boy, a Cub Scout, and had an alcoholic stepfather, but you still couldn't get molested? Give us a call, 646-virus-01.
That's bad. Were you
Anybody
an
else
altar
wanna take
boy?
a step? Sorry.
Were you an altar boy, a Cub Scout, and had an alcoholic stepfather, but you still couldn't get molested? Give us a call at 646-virus-01.
Oh, that was almost perfect.
I feel like
And
in
that's,
I feel like in Mr. Rogers' voice it would work.
Were
Can
you
you
an
do a
altar
Mr.
boy?
Rogers voice?
Oh. I can't,
trying to-
but I'll
I'm
do
try-
my
I'm-
best.
Were you an altar boy, a Cub Scout, and had an alcoholic stepfather, but you still couldn't get molested? Give us a call. At 646-virus-01.
All right.
Mhm.
So that was something to do.
That was something to do.
Yeah.
It was something to do.
I thought I had a good time.
I love an engagement.
Yeah.
Laughs.
We're gonna bring that down. That's all I had. Big Daddy gave me one, but I with everything else that I had to do today, I did not. But when Big Daddy joins, we'll definitely go back to it and we'll make him do every one of them.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah, maybe he can do a Morgan Freeman.
Why? Because he's black.
That's racist, Pete.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
No.
You think all black people sound like each other?
No.
Are you saying he's more talented than us?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is significantly more talented than us.
He is significantly more
Do you
talented than
think that
us.
because he's black? Because that would be wrong.
You saying he can jump higher? Is that what I'm saying?
Not just that, but he can out act, out improv. Like,
No, I would hazard to say that Big Daddy could not out vertically achieve us.
Big Daddy towers over you. I guarantee it. Because Big Daddy towers over me.
Is his average weight working skull higher than mine? That's how I judge my manhood at this point. Is like who can put more weight on their back and drop their fucking hips to their knees? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, he does. I know he probably could. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't debate it because I'm a white guy. Like I probably have the worst metrics in every category because that's what I've been told to believe.
Commercial for what?
He always does commercials before he goes to the next section.
We did a commercial for the part.
Oh.
We're in B block now.
I actually didn't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't read the spots that I usually read.
Oh, is that my fault?
No, it's my fault. I should have changed pages and gone and done it. But I blasted through the Tease and hit the.
Yeah.
No, that was me.
Well, there you go. It's all his fault. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was a little flustered from the cold copy that I read, but you know.
Understandable.
I have a really serious question for Hick when he comes back.
Okay. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm here, dude.
Oh, what's up? There we go.
He's danking.
So, lay it on me.
I have a couple questions about being a dank magician.
Oh, lay it on me, brother.
One.
Is magic?
Yeah.
When you get dank and prestidigitate, do you blow your own mind? Like, do you have that out of?
No, that's
I did.
That's like a perfectly fair question, to be honest.
I thought so.
Because no joke, like at the end of the show, and this is like, I've never actually shared this out loud, but I love you guys. Sometimes at the end of a show, like, and I'm not talking about like a live internet show. I'm talking about like a live in-person event with like anywhere from 25 to 50 humans occupying seats and like having a fun experience as a show, which I do probably like 3 to 4 times a year, depending. Because to be honest, like it's a lot of effort for me to put into a show, and I haven't really stated this much, but my best comic friend, GW Foley, moved down south. He went to SCAD. He's working on his degree. He's working on a better him, and I have no problems. Like we still are good friends, and I love him, and he's my best comic friend. But without him, like it's been hard. Like the beautiful assistant and I thought of putting together like a show in like July or August. Like the last 2 shows we did were my birthday weekend in March. We thought about putting another one in August, and it was just like, I don't have the fucking host and the support that I had before. Right. And I don't know if I can do that without like my best comic friend and my best real life friend, who is Jake, DJ Vulture, up in Burlington, Vermont, coming together. And those two really like just like made the show. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. Peeling back the kayfabe, those couple nights I performed different sets as myself. So like one set was my musician character. So I'm seeing Molasses or Kyle from Uncle Dad. They did a set to open. then the host came out, and there was a set, and then there was the comedic set from Kyle Hickory, the stand-up comic, and then there was a set or two in between, and then Hickory, the drunk underwhelming, came out and like filled out the night.
Mm-hmm.
But without him, it's been a very hard, like, I wish I had that support because I could perform more. On the flip side, I've also gotten some like emails lately that were like, hey, so we're performing we have a Halloween party, and we would love you to just, hey, if you want to just come and get drunk at our party and hang out as Hickory the drunk underwhelming. That's totally
That's a hell of an
cool.
invite.
I mean, that's
on
those
the
are-
flip
I don't know if
side,
it pays the bills to get drunk and
like
just
on the
do-
flip side, if you want to make some money and you want to come out and do some performances and maybe set up like a 30-minute stage show in our living room for these people,
Yeah.
we could talk about cash. And I was just like,
That kind of sounds terrible.
oh shit, that's no, it does sound terrible for those who have not done it. Like anybody who hasn't done a living room stage show probably thinks it sucks. But
I mean,
to be
I've done a
honest,
living room show, but I was playing the bass in a band, and
Well, just like
understood.
people,
fucked
it's hard
everything
to
up.
like get people's attention if they don't want to be there. If I'm at a party and there's like an activity, and I'm just not into it, then I'm gonna not be in there. Like, what if everyone leaves the living room?
which
You
is
follow 'em.
fair.
What's that?
So, can I just get caught up real quick? So, you're a
Please.
magician.
Absolutely.
That's why you're wearing like a suit.
I mean, not the reason I'm wearing a suit. This is just what I show up to on live streams and my live show, so I
Oh,
don't
that's-
feel like a scrub.
So you do it like on the internet.
No,
What do you?
no, I do a live show.
Oh, like
and
like Marshall.
No, he does a show like ours.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I do a live show where I like cover popular topics. I have guests
Oh.
on. We do interviews and
Yeah.
chat with people who are interesting. But no, as far as like live performances go, I do fucking stage shows.
Oh, okay.
So
I
the
was just trying to get caught up with. 'Cause I
I'm
know-
sorry because we interviewed him before.
I know, and I don't.
and
like,
you
listen.
weren't. Yeah.
I don't.
So,
he was a magician, and then
Also, he has a podcast.
well, the
A
thing,
live podcast.
yes, but the thing is like COVID
Oh,
shut down like his
yeah.
magicianship, and
Yeah.
then so he started this project that he's
That's
working
fun.
on, and just like us, we started this because it was COVID.
And is this a green screen or is this the room?
no, that's the room. You want to see multiple angles? We can go.
Oh, you're like a
wow.
professional.
So,
Look at
yeah,
that.
and not a professional. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, you just have a lot of cameras.
3 right now.
Yeah.
And
You must
hopefully-
have the upgrade version of StreamYard too.
No, I run OBS in the StreamYard.
Oh,
Yep.
is that a pain in
So-
the ass to do?
Nope, not at all. You literally
So
just
you're-
log in OBS. The issue is that it only runs like OBS is meant for like single person use. So for me to run between like I have 5 different setups. This is my setup for when I do TDU live, and I have it all on just a stream deck, which is a 3x5.
Oh wow.
So this is my main camera, black and white camera, logo setup. This is third camera. That's second camera.
And then, so you're like born and raised in Vermont.
Yep. I grew up working. The background is I grew up working in kitchens my whole life. From the point that I was 12, I started dishwashing. By the time I was 14, I was helping prep in a kitchen. By the time I was 16, I was running a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went and wasted my money on culinary school at the New England Culinary Institute, NECI.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have spent that money. Should have just gone to New York and worked for free for 2 years because I spent 60 grand on a degree that didn't mean shit.
Mm.
Went into cooking, cooked for a few places, And then I had a buddy who opened a comedy club in Vermont who was from Vermont but spent most of his time in New York. He opened a comedy club called the Woolen Mill Comedy Club. He said, hey, you should come out. I ignored his shit for like a year and then finally went down. And it was a year plus that I had been writing this comedy set that I hope to lay on the people.
Yeah.
I fucking crushed it on night one, which is like not a story that most comics can tell. Most they bomb on night one, but GW's there to show, and I think I have video somewhere of it that I just absolutely crushed for 7 minutes, stepped off stage, and from there I did stand up for like 5 or 6 years and then realized it wasn't enough for me. The behind the scenes was that I had been part of a band and that I had been doing that thing before I got in the stand up. And I had taken like 2 or 3 years off from playing in a band full time to doing comedy. So magic was just kind of like the in between for me.
Did you always do magic like when you were a kid, or you just like randomly were like, you know what, let's just do this?
No, I realized after comedy wasn't feeling like enough. I realized that magic was the next step in my coming of age story per se. Like it was like the next step in me just being on stage, but also presenting something other than that was just jokes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes it's just like you're giving away too much of yourself in comedy, so you need like a little.
Did you have an interest?
Fall back on?
Did you have an interest in magic before that point?
Or what was the? Sorry, what was the question?
Did you have an interest in magic before that point, or did you come to magic as?
No, I definitely had an interest in it before, but it was more on, I guess, what I do, but not what I do. It's like I always loved Jonathan the Amazing. Like he was like the big fucking inspiration. And to be honest, in my act live, I still do like 2 or 3 bits that are based on him, but that are also taken like what he did and like jacks it up a notch. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like a straight tribute piece or like me doing another comedian's joke. It was me like using another comedian's joke to just build it and be like, okay, I'm gonna fucking cross the line after, you know what I mean? Like it was like I took a Carlin bit and then just put another minute and a half on it that was just like, oh shit, like I don't know what this this guy's gonna say. I'm like up to 8 or 9, Matty. Nah, probably like 12.
Dude,
8 or 9 since the last time.
Dude, you're at 16.
Oh, nice. I can't count.
You're doing a great job. I just want to because really you're making me feel great. You know what I mean? Because I'm still sitting at 4. I got a healthy, respectable 4. Erica has 1. Pete and Mike haven't even crossed the threshold.
Well, there's always
to be honest, I'm really surprised I've come this far.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of you. I'm not as proud of Pete because it was his idea.
Because I've talked about it
Was
before.
it his idea? I know it was last week. He was the one that was pushing for it.
Oh, right. I think it was just a collective idea, just to be like more profesh.
Yes, that was the concept. But as we sit now, Hickory is at 16.
Yeah.
All of them F words.
No, he said some S words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm at 4. All of those were F words.
Well,
no, they weren't. I had 1 S word.
Erica,
what? 1.
It comes from where it came from was this new job that I started, and the like extreme level of cursing that happens in front of customers and just all day long, and just I'm very regimented in my ability to withhold vulgarity.
Good for you, Pete.
Oh,
I'm glad you can hide things from people. Okay, me, I'm honest. It just comes flying out of my mouth.
So fake.
My therapist agreed with me.
To be honest, in my normal life, I hold back the ability to tell people to go F themselves like 3 times on the daily.
I mean,
But no, when I try to come on a podcast, I try to keep it limber. But 16, that's not bad. Like I'm
no,
less than an hour in, or
no, it's
over
not.
an
I mean,
hour in.
I'd be up
That's
there.
not bad for me
I've been-
being on the
It's
clock.
not even when we first said it that we wanted to stop swearing. It was that we were trying not to be like vulgar in like a sex way.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I can't avoid that because that hits way too close to home. I'd prefer to stay away from that for fun.
Well, I think we've made the B block definitely long enough.
This was way before my fame ever came to light.
Mike's now playing Pete clips of things he said. All right, so we're gonna take another break, and then get into the C block, and hopefully Mike's gonna hit his dick with a hammer. I wrote it into the show.
It's in the notes. I suppose it could happen.
It's in the notes.
But don't hold your breath. I'm smarter than that. I may say just about anything that you write down, but I.
All right. Well, a man can try. Trying to put on a good show here.
We are. And it's been the B block of episode 196 here on the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back right after this with episode 196C.
I completely understand if people don't want to come on my fucking show. It doesn't count against me.
No, it does not.
You can't play me saying curse words and then I'm just saying.
And again, no advertisements.
Yeah, I was.
He was all too delighted to squirt the liquid on my chest, rubbing it in. Yeah, girls they're way too.
You know what'd be really great right now, Mike? If you had one of those big inflatable hammers like you got at the county fair,
Did anyone go to the state fair?
How you love?
No.
Did anyone go to
No. I had no desire to go.
Oh.
All right. Come on now.
Comment. Does anyone know who Sean Henry is?
I think he's a fan of Hickory's.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. Is it profanity or is it prophecy?
What does Pete's thing say?
What's that? What does Pete's thing say?
Yeah.
It says
sleeps with a teddy bear. Actually,
Sleeps with a teddy
I sleep with a Wonder Woman blanket, but anyways. The heck is that?
I'm good. I'm not going crazy.
Yeah, I can hear that too. That's weird.
What is that? It sounds like a ticking watch.
I will mute my microphone.
Not you. That is definitely a ticking watch. Nope.
Save yet. I don't know, but it's irritating as a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute me. Nope. There, it's gone now.
I'm unmuted. It's all gone.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. That's I think all that shit was coming from my mic board, but I don't know what happened. It said because
This podcast will self-destruct in 30 seconds.
This podcast has self-destructed several times. Yeah, something went screwy with my board, but when I took everything out and plugged it back in, everything's working now. So, but that ticking sound, I guarantee, was coming from me. I don't know what was going on. Sorry about that. You guys still there?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. How's that? How's Audacity acting there, Mike?
Outsprang a good 8 inches of thick cock.
Just
I wish I could pull up an old stand-up bit from you guys where I was live at the Marquee. I was, I don't know, talking about a bit, and this group in front just overpowered and just like it was the group of chicks that were really loud and just take over a show, and you're like, oh god, I wish these women weren't here. They said something about girls' night, and I just looked at them and I was like, oh, hold on. And I tucked it back, and I was like, okay, I've tucked it. Girls' night. And they said something along the lines of like, oh, honey, you don't need to tuck it to come out for girls' night. I looked at him and I was like, this was at the point where I had just lost a bunch of weight. I was like at my skinniest. And I was like, you know, honey, you want to know the best part of losing 100 pounds? And this chick looked at me and she's just like, what? Like eyes like open, like she was going to hear something. I was like, you get 3.5 inches more dick.
You do.
The crowd
I can confirm that.
Silent.
I'll be right back. I want to get some water.
Fair enough.
All right. I mean, you're holding up the C block, but okay.
Sorry.
I am going to talk a little bit about my new job, but I'm going to use some vagaries. I don't want to disclose exactly where it is, but it's an interesting position that has some weird things that go on with it.
And I'll host Mike.
As soon as I want to do it in the show, I'm working in a collectibles vault.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. That's way more interesting than me. I run a $1.6 million meat and seafood department in a store located in Vermont. That's my. I also have videos that are not me in character, that are me as Kyle from Farmers in work character, that are also popular amongst people, and it's really interesting. Because I see these little old ladies that are like, oh my God, I saw you on the internet. And I have to decipher in real time, like, oh, did you see the work stuff or the real content? Because, like, if you saw the work stuff, like, okay, we can talk about work shit. You saw the real content, like, oh, we got to have a real conversation about something I said.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to, like, be in that spot where it's like.
Yeah, I also looked at they have an internet policy. So basically, if I were to mention them in any noticeable way, I have to disclose employment and the whole.
Yeah, I don't.
Harmless from everything. Don't say anything negative.
Yeah, my company has not come that far, which is funny because on the flip side of me being like, okay, I'll do like these stupid like internet TikTok, Instagram videos for you guys that are like promoting stuff. People love them. On the flip side, I'm like, I could take over the social media department of this company and doing 4 times as well in the next year. Like no joke. Like could easily do 250%. Like give me 10 years. I'll doing 2,000%. Sean said, and yes to the answer question. I'm Hickory's #1 fan, whether he wants it or not. Yeah. Sean's a beautiful man.
There is nobody that doesn't want a fan.
He is actually the first guy we had on the show as a super fan.
Oh wow.
Yep. Like the first one where we're like, you know what? Maybe we should have a fan on. And like that was like it was actually kind of a big deal back in the show because back in the day we were just having like comics and it was quarantine. We were basically having any comic on that was a comic. And that was the first one where we're like, oh, let's break the frame. Let's have a guest on. Great podcast, boys and girls. I'm sorry to have slide out of here early. That's in my classroom bag. Others would say I'm full of shit. Yeah.
He posted that one first, but I didn't see it right away.
Yeah, Sean's a good dude. He's a guy from, and I don't know how my show got picked up by some people in Oregon. But,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was like one of those beautiful things that happened. That was like
the beauty of the
okay.
internet.
I wonder if you guys are on the same latitude.
That's a very interesting question. We very well could be.
You very well could be, and that's kind of fascinating that you're both on each coast in the northern, region where it's cooler. Like you guys are what? Like one? What is that called, Mike?
What?
Pollen as the pollen comes out.
The seasons.
Oh yeah. Molasses got a song about the seasons, man.
Right, you know what?
Yeah,
you mean the growth zones?
We got stick season. We got mud season. I mean, spring, summer, fall, and winter. But yeah, we got extra seasons.
Their leaves turn sooner.
We call it foliage, and that's when all the idiots come up to look at trees.
Right.
Is basically when the trees turn colors. There's an interesting couple months where, like, the people who come too early complain about not being able to see pretty colored trees.
Yep.
People who come too late complain about not being able to see pretty colored trees.
And
no
the
joke.
Thing is,
there's
a good nor'easter ruins it for everybody.
yeah, I wish they came early like that. Like, no joke, Mike, the last nor'easter that came was, and like, I don't say this as someone who hates winter. I generally enjoy winter.
Mm-hmm.
I like shoveling a little bit. I like being outside. I like the cold, crisp air. But we were literally, I could see my lawn. I was ready to throw down like my first layer of fertilizer. I was ready to I was 2 weeks out from my first mow. And we got 2 feet of snow.
Wow.
Like, no joke. Like, I was settled in.
Yeah.
Not even just like, oh, this is a thing that could happen. Like, I was settled in. Like, oh shit. Like, I'm ready. Like, the fertilizer's going to go down. I'm fucking stoked. I'm at like 18, 19 now. I'm like, this is going to be May. We're going to have an early season. And then like March 31st. I don't even know what day it was. Like late March. 2 feet of snow. I was just like, fuck this place. They're 17. I don't give a shit. I'm ready to move. I know I just bought this house 3 years ago. I've owned this property for like 6 years.
You need a better grass season, is what you're telling me.
I'm ready to move anywhere that doesn't mow or doesn't snow. The second I'm ready to mow, you know what I mean? That's like,
yeah,
which sucks because like I feel like the only spots for me is like Virginia. Like I moved like West Virginia or Virginia to make it like work, and even then I'm like, the grass I like doesn't grow there.
Right.
I gotta figure out, like, I'm gonna have to like reconfigure and find out what like is the most tolerable on my feet there.
We're a pretty moderate growth area now. As far as your ability to grow grasses, we're not quite that far south, but our winters are generally mild enough that we can we can string along some things that belong a little farther south than here.
Understood. It means you got that blue grass down there.
Do we? I have grass, dude. My grass is awesome.
The bluegrass
Because
will.
when my grass gets to a certain height, it just folds over. It doesn't keep going up. It folds like you can, you know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it makes
'cause
it a
I
little
never
harder to
like get
mow,
that-
but
I never get that long. So,
but you're a married man, right?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I know
Yep.
Pete or
got-
Mike's married, I'm married, but
Call her the beautiful assistant.
Pete is still a single guy. You know,
Congrats, Pete.
still looking for love. Usually guys grow a beard like that after they've been married. You know,
Fair
but
enough.
He wants to
But,
know she's not going to complain about it from jump.
well, shit, where I go? Oh, but this was an idea that I thought would help Pete out. You know, especially with his wake apnea that he's dealing with right now. I've never only Billy snores is the only other person I've heard snore while awake. and Pete's doing it right now.
Oh.
But this West Philadelphia man rents a billboard to help him find a date. He where'd it go?
What a guy.
Let's watch this news clip. I'll have to rewind it. See if hopefully it's louder than Pete's breathing.
Now for big talkers and sick of swiping dating apps, one West Philadelphia man is putting himself out there in a very public way. 28-year-old data manager Dave bought this billboard in his neighborhood near 34th and Wharton and put details about his search for a date on it. He's a good cook, has normal hobbies, and owns a cat, also pictured there on the billboard. We talked to Dave today about his unique approach to finding a lady friend.
It's just supposed to be funny for the most part, but I'm not gonna lie that the added benefit is that girls are messaging me first now, which is great.
Interested parties should hit him up on his Instagram page, Date Dave Philly. He's already received hundreds of DMs with a date already in the works about a week after the billboard went up.
I have one set up for tomorrow, I think. It's probably gonna be a little walk or something, but yeah, people are being very forward if they want a date, which I appreciate.
He's also getting a lot of messages from people just telling him the billboard made their day, which he considers a major success. This was kind of a bucket list thing of his, just to get his face on a billboard. Dave spent
It was
over
a joke. I just wanted to get my
$1,000 to put
face
up
on a
for
billboard.
1 month. As for his ideal date, he's into food. A sit-down dinner, lunch in the
Blowjob.
park.
Yeah,
They said
drive-
mostly,
drop
Brian, he just liked the idea of being
What?
The billboard cost him over $1,000.
Right. You don't drop $1,000 and if you're not looking for pussy.
Right. I mean,
You know what I mean?
there is something behind that $1,000. I promise.
Yeah. No, he didn't just say, "Oh, I'm going to do this for fun." You know. So. All right, so now's the time I've been promising, Mike. We're all out. I've run out of shit to.
Well, instead of beating myself with a hammer, I want to tell you a little bit about my new job outside of the house.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't think that's as exciting as you hitting your dick with a hammer.
You'd be
But let's
surprised.
see. Let's leave it up to the audience. What does anybody still listening? Comment what you'd prefer. What do you want to hear about Mike's new job, or do you want to watch him beat his dick with a hammer?
Well, I will tell you that. Are you familiar with Fort Knox?
I mean, I've heard the expression. I know where it is.
At Fort Knox, which is a military installation, it's an army base.
Right.
They have a vault, and that's the repository for the gold, which isn't there anymore. But you're familiar with the concept of having this big protected vault where you can store your very special items.
Yes, I am.
I am currently working in such a facility, but for sports memorabilia, comic books, and sports cards.
That sounds cool. That sounds like a fun gig.
It's interesting. I mean, I've in the past few days, I've had amazing baseball cards that you kind of only hear people talk about pass through my hands as the orders get processed. Old Mickey Mantle cards, we had a Babe Ruth card this morning that was going out in an order that we were.
Were there any old He-Man figures?
I haven't seen any He-Man yet. I did have the occasion to see some. There was a memorabilia order that was going out, 1977, 1978, original Star Wars first generation action figures.
Oh, that's wild.
Still under plastic on the card.
Dude, if I had the He-Man collection that I had as a kid, because as a kid you don't realize how like homoerotic that show is.
Right.
The original He-Man was incredibly gay, like all the way around.
Big muscly men in their underpants.
Yeah, like it was, but dude, I just watched it because they always had cool storylines.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the princess or whatever, somebody was always in trouble. He turned into He-Man. He turned, what was it?
Skeletor.
No, but what was it was Battle Cat. Battle Cat was when he turned it in, but what was it? It wasn't Tigger. It was something else. Pete looks like he's trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because
don't remember.
Hick, how old of a man are you?
Unfortunately, like an 87 born kid. So like He-Man's a little before my time. I was
a little
like,
before your time. We've got 10 years on.
Yeah, I was in the Ninja Turtles, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers phase.
Dude, that was a great Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was such a good show.
Oh, I can talk some shit about that, my friend.
I love that. Dude, old like Japanese monster movies are like one of my favorite. I want to make a Japanese monster movie so bad.
Actually, a friend of mine did a small piece where they did a full-on built a faux city, and yeah, no, I'm very well versed with a friend who did a shoot that was two quote unquote bigger than life characters. Like I think it was Frankenstein and a normal person, but they were like destroying a city type shoot. And love that fantastic. Shit. That being said, I have to give a shout out to a short a feature length film that's going to be coming out in this too. Actually, while I'm on the show, I don't mean to overstep my time or anything.
No, go ahead.
What?
Two short films that coming out, or two feature length films that are coming out shortly in the next couple months. The Yorkie Werewolf, which my buddy Pierre was shown.
A Yorkie werewolf,
yes. So like imagine a little. So here's the basic storyline, to which I'm not fully privy because I haven't actually seen the full film yet. Imagine a little tiny Asian girl is a werewolf,
and she turns into a little yappy
she
werewolf.
Turns into a little Yorkie. So my buddy Pierre
that sounds absolutely fantastic.
It's gonna be a great film. I'm pretty excited. Like the victim or the bad guys in the film are all like Italian, and they all talk about spaghetti all the time. Like it's very like no joke, that's their thing. But the Yorkie werewolf she's the Yorkie, and my buddy Pierre got split apart where he basically witnessed all the death scenes in the bar, and he's like the last guy that's left in the bar. Like imagine local horror movie. Yeah, if you looked up the Yorkie werewolf, you'll definitely find screenshots. Yorkie, Yorkie.
I'll look that up, but I will look that up and show some screenshots if we can find them. But I wanted to. I saw this on TikTok. There was a Ukrainian zoo builds their backgrounds this looks like their city that they live in, where this zoo exists. And just out of the, I'm trying to see if I can. Oh, here we go. Is it a slideshow? Come on, it's not giving me nothing. Fucking rooters.
Are you on the right screen trying to click it?
I don't know.
You have to be in that window. You can't click it.
I am in that window. Yeah, I'm sharing it.
Okay, but you can't click it in StreamYard.
No, but I can go back and go find another.
Yes, you can definitely do that. I love the creativity in some of the independent horror stuff.
Absolutely. So yeah, there was the Yorkie Werewolf, which is also coming out, and as follows as this coming out in this Halloween season, because they've been shopping and actually won quite a few awards.
Cool.
I got to cater a production called Kellington the Movie. It'll be coming out this September/Halloween season. They've also been shopping movie festivals.
All right, so I found the IMDb page.
I've got the trailer for it.
So
you got the trailer for Yorkie Werewolf?
Yes.
In the Yorkie Werewolf, to be fair, the guy that screams, like, he has like a 5-minute scene, but the guy that's like, gets bit and then leans back. I had such big dreams is like a guy I perform shows with regularly.
All right, you have if you have the trailer, go ahead and run it, Mike.
Yeah, right. Please. The Yorkie Werewolf is a banger, dude. This one's
here it comes.
Absolutely hysterical.
Please subscribe.
Sorry, the audio dropped.
Please subscribe.
I'm just a lone.
It looks like a Yorkie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Matt, I'm going to flip it to you.
Shoot that link in the comments. Yeah, or in the private chat, and I'll.
Sorry.
In Kellington the Movie, I actually provided catering for that movie, which was like a side gig that most wouldn't think the Drunken Underwhelming does.
So you provide craft services?
Yeah, I was craft services for a day on Kellington.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Which is a cool little segment. I did that, but the people who produced the movie were like good friends of mine. To be honest, the guy who produced the movie was Matt Vita, and I met him through the show. Like that was like one of the back in like April 2020, I was booking guests for the Drunken Under Quarantine show, and we were just doing a show where we were like spotlighting comics from all over the place, and we got linked up with a comic named Vita, and Matt has now produced a film, which is Kellington the Movie, as well as he produces, or partly produces, the Vermont Comedy Festival as well as the Vermont Film Festival.
All right, I think I got this squared away.
Yorkie Werewolf. What am I going to do against the mafia?
Joey, I'm losing fucking juice, man. I can't fucking do it. You got it. You got it, Rock. It's going for us. Let me juice. God damn it, my foot's over there. God help me.
I can't go on, Chats. Rocco, be a good lad and clear my
Don't do it, Roger. Roger, no!
My fucking foot. Oh, my fucking foot.
Joey, it can fucking smell us. Fuck.
Leave me, guys. I'm not gonna fucking make it. Leave me.
We was already leaving you, Guido. I'm so sorry. Come on, Rock.
Please, God, save me. Forgive me for my sins.
I'm sorry if I whack off too much. I promise I won't do it again.
Mother Mary of such destruction! Oh my God, it's coming! It's
This is on my viewing list. I guarantee you I want to watch this.
We've got to find it.
So this is the scene my buddy's a part of.
It
Like
just
that-
shut
that-
off.
The
Okay,
bar
yeah,
scene.
We definitely
Yeah.
have to get down and find it.
And
Yeah,
then
this-
also Kellington the movie, which is going to be a banger. That is about a group of people who won and won in a social media contest to go hang out with an Instagram influencer
Okay.
for a weekend. And she's from New York, and they all go out to a ski house in Vermont, and then shit just goes sideways and sideways and sideways. And so, yeah, that was the one that I catered. I'm pretty excited to be a part of it. But yeah, Yorkie Werewolf was just a friend of mine was in it, Pierre, who
Yeah, well, thanks for bringing
shows
that to
I-
our attention, dude.
yeah,
anytime
no,
we
I'm-
can learn something
I'm a-
cool.
I'm a big fan of B-rate horror. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, no, me too.
That one's going to be a banger.
Yeah, no, the trailer is fantastic. I mean, I love it when they can do a really gory scene, but it's with a very little special effects.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like maybe, like when they fill a pair of panty. Why can't I talk?
Because we're not letting you say the big word that you always connect all the other ones together with.
Have you guys ever written a script? Just to be straight up, I don't mean I'm not throwing shade.
I've written we've written a bunch of scripts for a bit that we call cold read theater. So we write scripts and write these storylines with these ridiculous. We like to give people like really dirty names, like I Need a Dick. You know, Ivan beating it off. Yeah, that type of thing. And then we give everybody a role, and then we do a cold read, and it's usually just to get Pete to say something perverted.
Fair.
That's usually, and we'll go for 10 minutes to get him to say one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or somebody else. It all depends on who we're mad at, or who we're seeking vengeance on. But I wrote a script for a movie that I made that was terrible. It was a zombie film called Flesh Feast. Filmed that when I was in high school. There is a beginning of a script of the story of my band. The band is called was called Media Virus. I did a show called Death Rock PA where we used to write radio plays. But I don't know if we've done anything right. You know what I mean?
We've definitely written dialogue and tried to use different mechanisms to progress a story. But
why do you ask?
Would
you
you like?
Hick? Is he ignoring us?
I think we lost him.
Me?
Yeah, we were listening, man.
I was so listening.
What sparked the question of have we ever written a script?
Oh, I was just curious because I've written a few. Just based on pure, I don't know what call it, boredom. And the fact
If
that
you ever want to produce an audio play, we have actors. We'll all fucking do it. You can just hand us a part. We'll read it out.
No,
ever
so
feel
the best one I've written so far, I would say, is called White Trash.
Okay, I'm in.
It's a short story. It's probably I'd say 12 minutes on screen.
How would you possibly know that that's in our wheelhouse?
Maybe 10 minutes. It's a dark comedy horror about a couple, and generally it starts with the fact that they've been putting out their trash every Friday, and it seems like their trash has been picked up. And they get home on Saturday, and their trash is strewn across the bank. To which most people would say, okay, that's a bear. That's cool. But it happens to them like 3 or 4 times. To which they're like, okay, this might not just be a bear.
So isn't it great how he just throws out, oh, it's probably just a bear in the trash. Like it's the most normal thing in the world.
Well, to him it is.
I know.
It's just to me in Vermont, it's totally a normal thing. Like, I have video footage of a bear on my porch.
We have
video.
We have lots of excitement around here because for the second time this past year, we've had a bear show up kind of out of nowhere. And it either they're traveling along the CSX tracks or they're getting stuck on the trains and having to ride them and then get off.
Yeah.
They haven't figured that part out yet.
No, bears are totally common around my place. So
they even call him Della Bear.
The story basically goes, this couple deals with this issue, and this there's some found footage type feature to this film. Like, it's very on what the couple is filming at the time, is how the script is written. But basically, they go through this for like 4 or 5 days. Eventually, the wife wakes the husband up because he's sleeping, because like that's what normal people do. And the bear is outside the house fucking up there's number like 17. Fucking up their garbage. And the wife decides like a good time to go like scare off the bear, which is like a totally normal action around here. So she wakes up her husband and he goes out with the AR-15 and he fires a couple rounds into the bank near their house to scare off the bear. And at which point
wasn't there any people in the bank?
No, because around my parts, you can do that at 10 o'clock at night, and everyone around you would be like, "Oh, he's scaring off a bear." So
Perfectly normal.
He means the barn.
bank, and the bear, quote unquote, hides behind the car a little bit, so he fires another couple rounds. And the wife is like, "Is that it? Like, we're good. We can go back inside now." And then what they think is the bear stands up behind the car, and it's a Bigfoot.
Huh.
To which both of them are like, "Oh, fuck. I didn't realize they're 17 or 18 or 19. I don't care, Matty. I'm just counting." So at that point, they're a little bit like shocked and also pissed off that it wasn't just a bear.
Right.
So the husband character tells the wife to go back inside, to which the Bigfoot charges them, and he fires 6 rounds, ultimately incapacitating the Bigfoot. To which he goes up to it and pokes it with his rifle to make sure it's actually dead. She calls the cops, and the cops that show up are not like, normal cops. It's kind of like Roscoe P. Coltrane. And Cletus showing up with Leader, and they kind of just kill, like, this is a found footage type film, kill the protagonist and his wife, and then load the Bigfoot body into the animal control van that they have, and then drive off. And the last footage scene is like the actual cops showing up as they're driving away with the Bigfoot body, filming as the 2 bodies are lying in the front yard with wounds that seem to be concurrent with a Bigfoot attack.
Or a bear attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. That's interesting. I thought you were going a different angle on the ending there. I thought you were going to say they turned to go back in the house and the bear's sitting at the kitchen table smoking a cigarette.
Oh, that would have been great.
Which is kind of an interesting thing to just pull out of nowhere there.
I might need to write that as a second ending, just in case things don't go as well.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be great. Just a guy in a so-so bear costume puffing on a
Dude, second ending movies drive me up a wall, because it's usually like, if you watch if there's a movie that has a second ending, like was it Room 1408?
Oh yeah, that one.
A
has a
John
couple of
Cusack
those.
film.
Yep.
When you watch that movie on like what TNT or whatever, what was the other one? There was TNT, and then there was USA Network or some shit.
It's whichever one they licensed.
Yeah, and I was watching it, and I remember I've seen it before,
Mhm.
and I remember it being a good movie, right? And then it was the alternate ending, and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, "What? No, he does. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen."
Well, like a Mandela effect you and
Yeah.
Yeah. It messes you up. But Clue with Tim Curry.
One of my favorite movies.
Great movie. It had, I think, 5 alternate endings.
Well, that's what's in the movie.
Right. But
yeah,
that's in like when you went to the theater, you didn't get all of them.
Oh, really?
I think it was random. You got one of them. And the version that they put out on TV now and that you would buy for a home version
has all of them.
The endings stacked at the end. Yeah.
Which part of me hates, but part of me loves. Like I don't know if you guys are aware about the Child Play series, like Chucky.
Oh yeah.
That. So that series is still going. Like
it's kind of like a TV show.
So the fun part about the TV show that most people don't know, like the same guy who wrote and created the first one is still in charge of it now.
Wow.
Like he is like the people who were, so Brad Dourif, the guy who is like the Chucky's voice, and his daughter, and the guy who wrote it, and a bunch of other people that have been involved deeply in the production since like literally the first one started in what, 1989, 87, something like that. I don't know. I was like fucking born or a few years old. But he's been in control of it
and
from them to now.
It's rare to have a property that has somebody with their hand on it for that long.
Yeah, he's been writing the scripts from then till now. He's been directing from then till now. And the people who have been involved have been like deeply involved for 20 plus years.
My understanding that like with The Simpsons, Matt Groening still is involved to a degree. With Family Guy, I know that Seth MacFarlane is deeply involved in that process, and I think that speaks to the success of those shows that those guys did and still keep a hand on. That's why you can get 35 seasons out of a cartoon.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now, but it's just completely off topic because you're talking about having like different movies and stuff. One of my favorites is the Evil Dead series. I don't necessarily know if the Evil Dead show is that good. I haven't really had
good.
I've been having a hard time getting into it, but Evil Dead 2 is almost a shot for shot remake of Evil Dead
for like the first 30 minutes,
and then Army of Darkness. You get the both movies crammed into another story.
Have you watched the series like in its full?
I mean, I haven't watched the TV series. No, I have not watched the TV
like,
series.
I'm gonna say the very few spots on a horror movie or horror series that's made me actually cringe is I can't remember if it's the first season or the second season of Ash vs. the Evil Dead, and there's like a face on a meat slicer type segment, and that was like the first time in a long time that I was like gutturally, it was just like, oh shit, they nailed it.
My problem is that I've developed this like physical empathy where like I see somebody get hurt and I feel it.
Yeah, it's rough.
You know what I mean? It's tough because like I used to love watching old people fall down, get kicked, punched. Oh, dude, throwing down a flight of steps, made me giggle, made my heart smile. Now, I just feel bad for him, you know, and it kind of hurts.
It definitely hurts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's raining here tonight, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys gonna get some flooding?
Probably not us in particular. We're both higher than not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
live. My neighborhood is referred to. It's not called that or named that in any stretch of the imagination, but everybody around here calls my neighborhood the Hill. So, and I'm at the bottom of the neighborhood hill, but there's more hill. There's more hill to go.
We kind of call my parents' property Hickory Island for the same reason.
Yeah.
And that, like, no matter what the fucking flooding, like, we'd have to be real bad for them to worry. And, like, that's where I was during the 2011 flood. That being said, we did get a flood last year, and, like, everybody's freaking out about Friday, Saturday when Hurricane Beryl rolls over Vermont, which shout out GW. Shout out to you, my friend. A co-host of the show for a long time. We just moved to Virginia or Georgia to pursue his he's getting a post-grad degree in, I don't know, video and television or something like that.
Oh, good for him.
Cool.
But he just experienced his first night with tornado sirens blaring.
Yeah, that's
the tornado sirens are near you type blaring. And I was just like, I love you, brother. Good luck. I don't know what else to say in this moment. Other than I hope everything's fine.
Yeah, you heed the warning and you do what you're supposed to.
Yeah, get down low. And but yeah, it was interesting seeing a guy that's lived in Vermont for the past 5-10 years, moving down there and having to deal with that. Which I'm like, I also understand, because less than a year ago I watched my job my workplace be 4 feet underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like dealt with that last summer and did, the professional thing and went in and helped them get back up to running, and it only took about 10 or 12 weeks, which is pretty astonishing, considering most of the business around here took half a year to a year. On the flip side, I really fucking, like, part of me is like, I would love another vacation. And part of me is like, oh my God, if that happens again, like, I don't know if my place of work is going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because I know a bunch of people like me who are just like, dude, I can't do that again. Like, I can't look at my job and be like, oh yeah, we'll be up and running 10 weeks again. Like,
There ain't nothing like trying to fight water. Trying to fight Mother Nature is fucking impossible.
It's an uphill battle.
Dude, I used to work at a cabinet shop, as I mentioned before, and we did laminate work. If laminate gets wet, it's useless. Before you try to, it's absolutely useless if it gets wet. And we used mostly MDF, which expands. It's ruined. You know what I mean? And the way we were set. The fuck is that noise? Is Pete snoring?
I think so.
It's an exciting story for me, Pete. Big Daddy's joining us. How you doing,
Big
man?
Daddy?
I'm all right.
Do you remember Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming?
I don't remember having met you, but I have been listening for a while.
I would pretend to say I'm hurt, but I'm just I'm just a salty mouth cracker, my friend. That's I come up from the northern parts where I don't know what to say. I don't blame you for not remembering me.
So, Big Daddy, we've actually been waiting for you to show up.
Maybe if you looked at the pre-show announcements, you'd have seen he was trying to come in a half hour ago.
What was the problem?
I didn't see a link.
Well,
there must be something that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but because there was one there. Was there?
No, there wasn't.
I didn't see.
I didn't put a link in the pre-show. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, man.
That's all right.
You know what? I have like a system of what I usually do. You know what I mean? And it's, grab it and pop it into the pre-show announcements and I'm done. Well, I went and I put it in, I gave it to Hickory and then forgot to put it in pre-show announcements, but I always send Pete and Mike an email. You want to be added to the email list?
Yes,
well?
please. Yeah.
All right. So I'll add you to the email. I am sorry, man.
That's all right.
Yeah. But
even though I have no position to deal with this, I apologize, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
He's
He's really sorry. He didn't mean to. He didn't mean to do any of this, but
yeah, please show me your dominance. That's all I'm saying.
He's just looking for.
Oh, looking for the periods. I'm absolutely wet thinking about this.
All right, so I want you to do some of these reads for us, Big Daddy. The rest of us have done it.
All right, ready?
All right.
Feel free to hop around with any voices you want to try out.
Okay, this is the wrong one. Hang on. I just want to make sure I get the right one because I did 2 tests. Okay, this is it. All right. Here you go. Here's the first one.
Do you know that the Earth itself is flat and the moon is in fact hollow and birds are not real? Then call our show 646-virus-01. That number again is 646-virus-01.
That was an interesting take. Interesting take on that read, definitely. I like that.
You said play around the voices.
You sound like the Chocolate Rain guy.
Chocolate Rain. All right, I like it. You want to play a little more on this one, or you want to just move through them?
Let me think. I said, do you know? Do you know for a fact, for certain, that the Earth is flat? Do you know that the moon is hollow? Do you know in your soul, in the bowels of your being, that the birds aren't real? Then you need to call our show. Call our show. Let it deliver you. 646-virus-01. 646-virus-01. And cleanse your soul of the ignorance of iniquity.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. All right, here's the next one, Big Daddy. You go wherever you want to go with it.
Were you anally probed by Congress? Were you anally probed by Congress when you were called to testify about being anally probed by aliens? But now you don't even know who to trust, because when people find out how easy it is to anally probe you, they usually try to anally probe you. Then give us a call, 646-virus-01. Do it now, or we're gonna anally probe you. Prepare your butthole. Were you, in fact, anally probed by a congressman when you were called to testify about being anally probed by aliens. But now you don't know who to trust because when people find out how easily your butthole is to be anally probed, they usually just try to anally probe you. Give your butthole a rest. Give us a call at Virus 646 Virus 01. We got the Preparation H. We got the Astroglide. Just give us a call and let the anal probing calm down a little bit, all right?
That was fucking perfect. Count me down as 20.
That's I gotta tell you, you're the only one, Big Daddy, who took up your space. You ad-libbed, you brought yourself, to the read. You're the only one that did that. I think the rest of us it was like a dry read, stumbling through it the best we can with all
talking about the things that I know.
Yeah, no, but you're bringing the ad-libs, you're bringing the, the quips, you're bringing the tone, the mood. This is why we have bits like this,
I appreciate
It's why we
that. Give me
were
another
waiting for Big Daddy to show up. All right. Here's this one.
Fellas, listen up. It's Big Daddy. I know you embarrassed. I need you to pay attention. Don't sweat it. Do you need a maternity test to prove that she the mother of your baby? Stop being just baby daddy. Make sure that woman is the baby mama. Call us 646 Virus 01 and let's prove whether or not that was your buttery smooth sperm all up in that ham wallet. 646 Virus 01.
That
Call
one
today,
hit
don't
me
wait.
hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. We might need to. I might need to hit up my baby mama right now.
Yeah, dude.
Holy
Fellas,
shit, dude.
You might be walking around thinking she's the mother, but she's not.
Gentlemen,
Yeah, no, I'm-
gentlemen, are you tired of paying out the wazoo
You're
every
not getting
single
there,
month for
man.
child support? Are you tired of paying both child support and alimony just to find out 17 years from now that it ain't yours?
Can I get
You
a
need,
hallelujah?
you are gonna need a maternity test to prove that this is in fact the mother of your baby because you told her that your pull-out game was strong. You told her that you needed to wear condoms. She's the one that said, "Oh, you don't need to wear a condom," and you insisted on wearing two. You need to find out whether or not she poking holes in your condoms, whether or not this untrustworthy heifer here is in fact the mother of your baby. Do not delay. Do not make another month go by where you are losing 60% of your paycheck. Call us 646 Virus 01 now. Stop the cycle of broke daddiness.
Can I get a hallelujah?
That's
hallelujah.
There's three more. There's three more. So let's get through this. All right. Here you go. Take your time. Get into the character.
I said, did you walk up to a windowless van that said free candy on the side? But when you got there to the side of the van, all it had was a half roll of butterscotch lifesavers, not even the good ribbon candy, damn it. At least that's how you want to remember it. Put those tissues away. Give us a call, 646 Virus 01. We got a shoulder for you to cry on.
Give us a call, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what, Big Daddy? I'm gonna have a request. I don't like to pigeonhole you or anything like that. I don't want to hold you, but if you could, and I don't even know if this is in your repertoire. Okay, but I have confidence that you will pull it in. If you could read that as if you were Bill Cosby.
Wait, and I said read it like Morgan Freeman, and I got called racist.
That was because he wasn't here, though.
Oh, did you walk up to a windowless van that said free candy on the side, but when you got there, all they had was a half roll of butterscotch lifesavers? No, at least that's how you want to remember it. Oh, give us a call. 5646-virus-01. Oh, give some yellow pudding pops, baby.
We got that pudding.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I don't have the best Bill Cosby, but that's all I remember.
It was good enough. It was good enough. It worked. You know what I mean? If you don't have any other takes on this, I'll keep moving. I'll keep going.
Let's give another one.
All right.
I'm expecting some banger right here. Not gonna lie. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm absolutely expecting a banger.
Ugh. Have you or anyone you know, anyone you love, been exposed to Pete? If you or someone you love has been exposed to Pete, for the love of God, call 1-646-virus-01 right now for more information. Do not delay. If someone you love has been exposed to Pete, you need to call in right now. This is serious business.
Like every it's like, do you just go to the basketball court and just slam dunk all the time? Is it just slam dunks and 3-pointers? Is that all it is? You know what I mean? All right, guys, this is the last one. Take your time. Okay, get into the try to get the feeling of it. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Got this, bro. I have faith in you.
Hello. Were you an altar boy, a Cub Scout, and had an alcoholic stepfather, but you still couldn't get molested? We here at the Media Virus have got you covered. Give us a call at 646-virus-01. We will make sure you get your turn, Daddy.
Now we're getting people molested, really?
Hey, Daddy.
You get molested? Hey, how about we'll just get molested?
I never
there's the twist, right?
Have you all tried?
Then you find out that you were trying to get molested, but you still weren't able to. So you know what? Let's fix it. Let's get that ass molested, all right?
Y'all been trying to get them cheeks clapped, but y'all can't. Like, it sounds like the bad setup to like an internet workout video. You know, like, yeah, I'm gonna show you how to get them cheeks in right before you get them clapped. Y'all can get them clapped by an alcoholic stepfather, like the drunken underwhelming. Y'all, you couldn't get molested? Let's go. I'm Patty Pumpkin.
Tighten up that sphincter, boys. Call us at 646. We got you covered. Or uncovered.
It never dawned. It never dawned on me to solve their problem. I just wanted to hear about it. You know what I mean?
I read the part that said you still couldn't get molested. So it sounds like we're trying to solve a problem.
The next natural step is to find him a molester.
It's the next natural step.
But that's not where I was. That's not where I was going
Have you been left out?
Clear. I wasn't offering to molest anybody. That's not
You
what I
feel
was
left
doing.
out because all your friends got all your friends got free Snicker bars and you didn't.
Were all of your siblings diddled by the neighbor but you?
when you went to step into the van, did they say sorry we're all out of candy, man?
Oh shit, that's great.
Not you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we're full.
Oh,
no more seats. Sorry.
Oh, that's great.
Is there? Can we go out on a better note than that?
I hope so.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
I don't know that I can top that one.
I mean,
No,
I'll give it a shot.
I mean, the bit, no, I mean the bit. That's great. I don't think we can do better than that.
no. All right. Well.
All right, my job is done. Good night.
You just can't. That's all you come. You just walk in, hit home runs.
He's like Babe Ruth.
Dude, Big Daddy doesn't even have to show up till the 8th inning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drank whiskey, smoked cigars, ate whatever he wanted.
No warm up.
Walked
He
in.
just
all,
walks in when just
all
shows up
normal.
whenever the fuck he wants, and just knocks it out of the fucking park.
And has the audacity to call his shot.
Oh yeah. Pointing his bat right over the stadium. He's like, "Oh, you got something for me to read? Let's go." Oh, but absolutely fantastic performance by Big Daddy. A big thank you to Hickory, the drunk and underwhelming, coming in, hanging out, holding strong.
Yeah,
we had a great time. We're gonna have you back, dude, if you're willing.
Oh, thank you. I would absolutely love that.
To come back. If you want to come back, sometime in September, we'll put it together.
Okay, we'll do that.
You know what I mean? If that's all right with nobody's saying anything. They don't like you, dude.
It's all right with me.
I don't blame them. I don't like me, to be fair. I find myself a bit brash, a bit arrogant. My dick's too big, to be fair. It's
I understand that.
You got somebody to commiserate with in Big Daddy. He has the
He's a Big Daddy problems right here. I
hear you. It's like I was fine the second I thought I'm just as fat as I'm gonna be, but now that I'm the dank and underwhelming, and I've been losing some weight and getting in shape, and maybe on to my final form, which will be announced I don't know, in a couple months if I achieve that.
If you achieve it, you've been teasing it, but you're not giving a lot of detail.
That's fair. I'm not going to give a whole lot of details, but if you follow me on OnlyFans, you can see the reels and the tape measurements of how things have been going, if you know what I mean.
That's fantastic.
Work in silence, succeed in public.
That's right.
That's right.
So
I'm gonna say the final score. Because we are coming to an end here, right, Mike?
We are.
So the final score is Pete did not curse one time throughout the show.
Holy shit, Pete!
Zero.
Congratulations. Yeah,
Zero.
That means 20.
Okay. Mike also did not score a stroke. Zero.
Really?
Held it together like a fucking professional. Okay. Big Daddy hasn't been here that long. Didn't hear him curse. As funny as this whole thing was, I don't think he used any foul language.
I was trying not to because of
the game.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
Well played.
It's
sir.
something
for the ladies. That was a performance for the ladies.
But I have since, while talking, racked up 3 points. So I stand at 12. which for me is pretty respectable.
That's pretty solid. It's pretty solid performance.
And again, 3 of those I decided to do at the end because I have such a strong lead. I could afford it because Hick is at 23.
Who would have thought we could find a guest that's twice as offensive as our host? I didn't think we were that fucking talented.
To be fair, that was me trying to hold back the entire show. Just to be fair.
he was giving it his best shot.
Yeah, I definitely cuffed it a few times.
I think I had a little bit more. I had more preparation. This is something we sprung on. I didn't tell him about.
No, that's all right.
I knew nothing about it, but I just figured. I figured when I didn't hear you cuss that it was a thing.
I got you. That makes total sense.
That's like a transgender girl in the Olympics. I just let it ride. That's I'll take the swings as they come and most likely overcome. But not tonight, my friend. Matty, congratulations.
Thank you. I do feel triumphant. I mean, I know I still came in like 3rd or 4th, depending on how you look at it. Erica had 1. She usually ducks out during C block. There's really no reason. She doesn't want or need to be here for the shit we do during C block. So I think that's I've covered everything. Mike, please be sure to plug podcasts.
Yeah,
because Pete has noticed both blocks that was not done. So let's make sure we get that.
Yeah, I like to call out that there's a few things that our show's funded by or brought to you by. We have sponsorships with 302-46-VOICE. If you want my voice on your project, call 302-46-VOICE and we'll talk about it. The other podcasts on our network, starting with Stepmoms Without Children. That's Erica's baby. She's in her 2nd season. She's got 3 episodes out now, Matt? 4?
3 episodes. We just released her interview with her mother, which is really fascinating.
Wow, I bet.
Yeah.
How she goes about the beginning of her courtship with her husband, which was in 1983, and it could have been 1983, it could have been 1933, it could have been 1903. The love story is pretty similar.
Nice.
So I really recommend. It's a good listen.
Cool. Yeah, I've enjoyed all of Erica's shows. They're a good little bite. In about an hour, you have a good listen. You usually
this one runs a little long because usually what I'll do is when she interviews family members and stuff is I'll go take out anything that isn't directly related to the story
right
first, and then I'm usually left with a more manageable podcast. Where this one, she never went off topic, and was just
a woman. The woman stayed on topic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Latina.
Okay.
Portuguese. She's from Portugal. I don't know if that's Latina. I don't think it is.
Yeah, close enough. It's in the same.
I mean, it's right there. Dude, how do you? I've always, Portugal. If you think about it, Portugal is pretty badass to keep their own country that basically only has one neighbor.
It's still chicken and rice.
One
just
neighbor
different.
was like one of the most powerful nations in the world for a long time. You know what I mean? So it's just Portuguese has been one of the most powerful nations in the world for a long time as well. So, no, but it was I enjoyed editing it. So, then it was a good listen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I don't have anything to do with Disruptive Minds podcast.
No, but that is our good friend, staff writer Billy, does Disruptive Minds. He's got a bunch of shows out that were interesting to listen to. Don't know if he's got any new content recently or there is any thought to have some more, but there's good content.
I know Rex Cootermore was thinking about hiring him as an assistant.
That's probably not a bad. I think Billy would be a good addition to Rex's stable.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know how much, we're going to be seeing of Billy's Disruptive Minds project. But we encourage him to keep moving on it because that was a good listen too.
Yep. I mean, maybe he could get Rex to do a couple of episodes.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Oh my God.
All right, before this turns into a writing session.
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind everybody that you can check out MySports Art Shop over on redbubble.com and mysportsreports.com. And Big Daddy, do we have any we don't have any,
not yet.
No news, good news?
Not yet. Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
All righty. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 196th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. This was, in fact, the C Block. So we're out of here for the rest of the week. Join us again. We live stream each Wednesday night. We start about 8:30. You can catch the link on our website. It's usually a good place to catch it and jump in. It'll take you right over there to our YouTube and get you squared away with the live stream. And now, on behalf of Hickory, the Drunk and Underwhelming, I'm sorry, the Dank and Underwhelming.
Right.
You heard it here
Transitioning,
first,
bitches.
ladies and gentlemen. Hickory, the Dank and Underwhelming. Big Daddy, Grease Monkey Pete, and our fearless leader, Matty Rockdeff. I'm Professor Mike Latours coming from to you live high atop Uncle Butch Studios. We'll be back next week with another episode for you.
Don't freak the fuck out. Don't anybody freak the fuck out.